Christianity. I don't believe in the Christian God. So if I heard a voice in my head that I thought was God, I would see that as a warning sign that I have a problem. I don't know exactly what that problem would be. But on the other hand, if I was a Christian and if I did believe in God and he told me to kill my kid, I would say F off. And so the same thing, if you have any kind of leftover thing that your religion is true or that God might be real, what kind of douche says that if you don't do the right thing, they're going to punish you forever?
I got a few thoughts on this. Let's talk about it. A lot of times I see people throw some weird claims out there about God just to see what sticks. Maybe to help them sleep better at night, and that's fine. But listen, when a non-believer surrenders the lies for the truth, it just means that they finally accept reality and stop trying to rationalize away what they know to be true. I hear this question from non-believers: why should I care what God thinks? Follow me for a moment on this. Let's pause on the infinite regression train of trying to explain or rationalize who created the God of the God of the God of the God, and let's just say that we come to an agreement in our proclivities that God does exist. I know a lot of people don't want to go there because they say I'm jumping ahead, but just go with me for a moment. You didn't already watch this video this far, you might as well finish. If God exists, and he does, let me ask you this question. If you disagreed with his commands, there's something that just doesn't sit well with you. Would you reject God's command and make the decision instead to go your own way? Would this be your rationale towards this? In other words, would you conclude that you are right and God was wrong? If you would walk away, and many people claim that they would, I want to give you something to think about. An entity such as God, with the aseity, or in other words, the attribute of being self-derived with absolute self-sufficiency to exist of and from itself, with the ability and power to create an unlimited universe as well as to sustain that said universe forever, would seem to me to have the intelligence level that would be so superior to ours that we, as finite beings, couldn't even relate to that said entity's thinking, even if we tried. So having a moral outrage or disagreement about this said entity or the creator of the universe is running the universe that it created, would seem like both an irrational and illogical position from the one who was created within that universe, especially if that said entity is what gave you the ability to think about your moral outrage to begin with and make the justification of whether or not you decide to care about what said entity is thinking. Is this said entity the objective standard for the morality in which you outrage against? In other words, does the entity define what is good or what is bad in the universe that it created? Because if not, the decision to not care about what said entity thinks would be based solely in your opinion as the one who is existing in a world that they did not create. However, to even generate an opinion like this would mean that you assume that you know the purpose of life more than this said entity knows the purpose of life that gave you life, which would imply that you have exchanged the truth of said entity for a lie that exists only within your own prefrontal cortex, and decided to worship and serve something that's created, in this case your created opinion about the way you think things should be, instead of serving the creator that created you. Which wouldn't it then follow to mean that the created is trying to teach the creator without having any knowledge beyond what the creator has allowed for them to have? So to bring it back to the original question, why care about what said entity thinks? Perhaps it's because said entity's thoughts are higher than our thoughts and their ways are higher than our ways. Because if there is no said entity, if there is no God, then everything in this universe can be reduced down to just matter and energy, including everyone's mind and thoughts. And if everyone's thoughts are of only matter and energy, then why would anyone, including you, care about what you think? Because if there is no God, there is no you or me or us or them or they or we. Without God, there is no consciousness, no soul, there is no mind, because it is all just matter, energy, and complex biochemical reactions. And if that is the case, what is the evidence that the reliability of your thinking is so superior or trustworthy that you deem it to be correct? Look, we all may perceive things differently, but we are all bound by the same reality, and that reality is the truth. And since our finite brains are unreliable narrators that don't understand truth as we often define it, there must be a mind outside of the human mind that is the arbiter and determiner of truth. Otherwise, if there is no arbiter of truth, all choices about what I think, about what you think, about what we think are all equal. And multiple truths would lead to multiple realities, which would lead to us saying that we each live in a different world, which we know is not the case because we are all bound by the same reality, and that reality is the truth. But since there is no algorithm for truth, where does this truth come from? Where do the laws of mathematics, the laws of gravity, the laws of our cosmos come from? I submit that there is only one truth, and this truth can only be revealed in the one who claimed to be the truth, as well as the way and the life. The truth became flesh so that we would know the truth. And believers call him Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ, and he promises to all those who believe in him everlasting life. The nanosecond that someone believes the good news gospel that Christ died, was buried, and rose from the dead according to the scriptures, they are immediately and permanently saved. Anyway, this is just something to think about. I hope this message helps somebody. Shalom. Hey, what's up, y'all? Thanks for watching my videos. I'd really love for you to become a supporter of my page and to become a subscriber. Your support really does go a long way, and it helps me to continue to create content that reaches people all around the world. So if it's on your heart, please click on the Become a Supporter button. And again, thank you for partnering with me to reach people all around the world. Peace.